So, today, hopefully I don't get black screened, but I'm going to show you the car that I'm using for right now. What I'm doing is, I'm going to, just to play around, have fun, might as well make a broadcast of some kind. YouTube seems to be the place to do it for me. Right now I'm using a 2002 Viper GTS. It is stock, right? I do have the power level up to level 5 because I do love this car, and it does make an extreme amount of power. Makes 835 on the total, but at 100 it only makes the 448, which is completely fine. So it's 100% weight ratio, 100% power, meaning that it is stock power and weight ratios, weight reduction. The only difference on this entire car is I'm running racing tires because I am going to be driving aggressively. Ride height, if I push reset to default, doesn't change. Alright, if I go down here, standard differential gear, standard transmission. So I can use my, I'm using a PlayStation branded T150 Pro from Thrustmaster. It also comes with a gas, brake, and clutch pedal assembly on the bottom for my feet, and I have a TH8A Thrustmaster 7-speed with reverse gear shifter, and nothing too serious. You can get all this stuff for, I think it's like 200 and something for the steering wheel and pedals assembly, and it's 110 for the shifter, and the shifter's really nice. And with this game in particular, it's if you're too fast or too slow with the gear shift, it will literally knock it out of gear. And you got to sit there and you got to pull it out of gear and put it back into gear. And sometimes, depending on how old the vehicle is, it actually feels realistic because it takes a second to get it back into gear. So, but I also have this this stand. I don't remember who makes it. It's Wheel Stand Pro. It's their cheapest stand they have. Literally everything just clamps to it and that's it, but it folds together so you can put it in a small area for storage purposes, and it's a rather nice stand. I haven't really had an issue with it yet, which I'm thankful for, but it's a very nice stand. I'll actually put a picture of this on my Instagram, but hopefully no black screen, please, no black screen, thank you. Which I'm thankful for. Alright, let me go ahead and exit out of that, and I'm going to turn airplane mode on. There we go. On my phone. So now, only I am home currently. No one's here. But yeah, running stock numbers, stock everything. The traction control is completely off. That's why I'm using the racing tires. So, I am currently on the Nürburgring for a free run. And I haven't really set a track record yet, or my own personal track record with this specific car. I recently purchased it about 2 days ago. I did a drift event with it last night, and I don't use my steering wheel because I figured out that this steering wheel specifically does not, letting it all the way back to 45, 50, 60 degrees in the right, and it just does not like it. But for regular driving, it's beautiful. It's perfectly balanced. It feels great. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot for 8 minutes on the Nürburgring with a GTS. This car will kill you in real life. Let's see how it does. Alright. So you may actually hear in the background. See right there? Not enough clutch engagement. And we're coming into the first few corners. This one I can kind of break into it and be fine. Now, remember, I'm very rusty with this car because I've just recently bought it. This is like the second time that I've put it on the Nürburgring, and I've never finished a lap. So, now this corner I like to throw it in the third right over the hill because that little dip will spin you out in a heartbeat with the power that this car makes. And I don't know what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to drop it to third just because it's telling me to. Power down. Oh, went in the grass a little bit. Okay. So far, so good. We got the first little technical area out. And now we're coming into the tighter areas. A little bit of a sideways action there. Third to second. Bring it down. Power through the corner. Let's bring it to the outside, to the inside. Oh shit, too early. That'll be fine. I don't know if you can actually hear the clicking, but a little bit of drift. Oh shit. Bring it to the outside and then scoop it in. A little late on the scoop. Now they did just release a bunch of new cars, like the new Alpine A110, which is a great car, as well as the first Indy car on this game. Oh shit. Okay, we got it. Put it in second gear. Oh, sorry, dude. I am so sorry. You kind of went on the wrong side of me, but you gotta wait till it's safe, man. Get it to second. Because first gear is just too tail happy on this corner. And second gear pulls out pretty well. It may be tail happy. Yeah, nope. Pretty easy there. Now this is the section that usually gets most people because they always keep it in too high of a gear. Want to basically peg out second here. About right there. And that's going to keep me planted through that corner. Now this car, when I was doing the drift event last night, is very well managed in stock form, but then again, like I said, yeah, that was good. It's very well managed with the controller because you can lock it out left or right with no issues. Let's see if I can get this cornering in. I'm not hitting too far to the left. I want to try to keep it closer to the inside of the lane because it's kind of bumpy on the outside. Now you're losing a lot of power here. Right around here. Don't get out on me. Keeping it fourth. Oh, hit a little bit too tall. Staying fourth, staying fourth, staying fourth. Let off. Put on. Oh, now the inputs you see of the hands is actually what I'm doing. It is very difficult when you're spinning out a little bit and you're using a real steering wheel. It puts a lot more stress and you get a lot more sweaty. So I do have the Thrustmaster set to a lower pressure setting than I would if I was to use the faster, like Le Mans cars or the F1 car, which the F1 car actually has a good feel, so it's not that hard to break it in. Oh, don't go off. Okay. I could have kept it in third there, but I'm just going by what it's telling me to go into. Because, like I said, I don't... Oh, keep it. Keep it, keep it. Okay, good. A little braking gas action there. Oh, don't you dare go on the outside of me. All right. Let it bounce off the limiter. Bounce off. Bounce off. Like I said, this is the first time, I think this is the first time I've actually been past this section. So after this section right here, I usually crash because I'm an idiot. Yep, just like that. Oh, get it back on the track. Get it. It's a nice little save. So now we are currently in unknown territory. I'm just gonna drop it. Oh, a little bit of a drift. Okay, which is good because I needed to be in second anyway. See, even with medium racing tires, it's still all over the place in certain areas like that because I suck. Hopefully you can see this. This is very exciting. Oh, okay, come on, come on, come on. Power through, power through, power through. Fourth gear in the straightaway. Currently our out lap is going to be about 10 to 15 seconds longer, roughly, I believe. We'll have to go back and look. But I believe it's like right at 10 seconds or so, depending on the vehicle. You get out of the pits, and then the time's already still going by the time that you leave the pits. So now I'm on the straightaway. I'm never going to get sixth with a stock transmission, but I'm using stock. Because so far, race transmissions only allow you to use paddle shifters, or if you were to change mine, which you can, to a sequential. Oh, nope, that was a wreck. Two sides. So now we know that I'm under 8 seconds. Let me see. I've got to see if I'm actually live streaming, because I don't know. Please do not believe. Oh, it's black screen. Fuck. Live streaming. Because I don't know. Well, if I wouldn't have wrecked, and I wouldn't have hit the wall, and I wouldn't have stopped, I would have done a sub 750. Son of a bitch. Which isn't like the fastest or anything, but damn. It's pretty good.
Turning left.
Yeah, well, alright, but anyway, I am ending it now.